Dear Diary, may the energy from this week bring many blessings to the weeks coming after. Welcome back to another one of my audio and visual diaries. And diary, can I share with you how I wasn't feeling that great this week? Earlier in July, I started to feel this extra bloatedness, and I have to admit, I have not been eating the best over the summer. I mean, just going all out. Now, normally during the year, I don't eat bread, but I was just having burgers with bread, just bread all around. I was just eating too much bread. But anyway, I started to get this extreme bloatedness, and then I started to wake up feeling nauseous. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's because my period is coming up or whatever. So my period did end up coming on when we went to Florida. My period was on the whole time. And I did not feel the nauseousness. Also, in the pit of my stomach, I was feeling not pain, but it felt like I was always full. So then when we got back from Florida and my period went off, I was like, the fact that I'm still feeling this little bit of nauseousness and then add in some dizziness and lightheadedness, I said, let me go get checked out by somebody. At this point of wanting to be checked out, I was going 3 days strong with all day nauseousness, all day that full feeling, and all day on and off lightheadedness. And I'm like, this is not normal. Let me see what may be causing this. I'm on Google. I'm like, do I have IBS? I'm looking up stomach tumors. I'm looking up all things that I'm like, what could be possibly causing this? So finally, I was like, if I wake up tomorrow, which was that Wednesday, if I wake up on Wednesday and I'm still feeling this way, I'm going to the doctor's. And I woke up that morning still feeling that way, and then added in that evening, I was supposed to be taking Layla to a preseason game for the Eagles, which we ended up going with my brother and my niece. But I was like, I don't want to be feeling bad. Like, I don't want to pass out in public with my daughter. So I got to make sure I'm feeling all right. So I go to urgent care and I get in immediately, which everything worked out smoothly. Everybody was nice. And speaking to the doc, because they didn't run a bunch of tests, but they did blood pressure, those workups. And then they took some blood from me, like a diabetic test. And everything came back completely normal. Like, the doctor was so confused. Like, she was like, I wish that I had something better to tell you or to reassure you, but I need you to follow up with your primary for them to run some more tests, especially if your symptoms get bad or they last for, several more days. She said the most that she can do in that moment was to prescribe like gas medicine and such to maybe attack the bloating, but I ended up not taking any of the medicine. And on the flip, symptoms got immediately better started to get immediately better after I left the doc. It's like, was my body playing tricks on me? Like, what's really going on? Now, I can't say that I'm at 100% with like the bloatedness. I still feel that and a tiny bit of the fullness feeling, but I have not been feeling the nausea or the lightheadedness. So we ended up going to the game that night and sitting in 2.5 hours worth of traffic trying to park. It was a complete nightmare trying to get into the parking lot. And we ended up getting to the game at the end of the second quarter, getting food, meeting my brother and my niece at the seats. And we only stayed for the third quarter because I was like, at this point, I want to get out of here before it gets too crazy. But the upside about it was we parked at the farthest parking lot, so getting out was a breeze. It was so easy. And you'll see, we went to an Eagles practice at the end of this week, and I was like, we're parking in that same parking lot? We're getting down there early and parking in that same parking lot because I do not want the trouble. I don't want the smoke at all. Dear Diary, when I'm hosting, I always got to go overboard, right? So I invited a couple friends over, and then we added some more friends to the list, and it just kept growing. And I was like, I kind of feel like cooking. So like, I want there to be people here to eat it, So I decided to do a taco bar. I'm like, I haven't done a taco bar in a very long time. Tacos are my thing. And honestly, I'm still mesmerized by that crispy duck at Sampan from a couple weeks ago. So I'm like, I need to throw some duck in some oil, some really hot oil, crisp that thing up, put that on my table and serve it. So like I said, the decision to cook was very new. Like when I say new, like the day before. And I got the groceries. I prepped the groceries. I prepped the duck. I prepped the chicken and things that I could season the night before. I had to grab a decor or table setting for the main table, the food table, like from around the house, because like I said, this was last minute. I already had this paper and of course the markers to create the little middle piece. And I pulled my wood board and my gold plates out too. And listen, it came together really cutely. It's really about how you place the food down. And as far as what my friends brought, I said, listen, I can do all the food, bring tequila, because of course we're going to need some thrown together margaritas. I initially wanted to do like a strawberry mango, but when I went to the store, we stopped by Acme after the girls won another championship. I did not mention that. Let me go back for a second. The girls won another championship in an undefeated season. It was so crazy because like they were clearly the best team in this league, right? And like from game to game, the refs kept trying to like switch the rules like mid-game to try to like benefit the other team or let the other team score. And it was very frustrating. And we learned a valuable lesson in that we can't be a part of this anymore. Our girls are way too advanced for it. And if we're not going to be treated fairly, it makes no sense. Even to the point where even on the Instagram page, they had somebody there recording our game. On their Instagram page, we're the only group that doesn't have highlights up. And they posted us with the other team's picture first because they gave them runner-up trophies. They posted their picture first. And then when you read the caption, it's like, oh yeah, and congratulations to Ball Purpose for winning. Like, it was like, so like, damn, like, okay, we don't got to be a part of this if that's how it's going to be. Like, we don't have to do this. But yeah, so coming back, I went to Acme. We stopped at Acme after the game, and I could not really find any mango juice and strawberry juice, like plain. So I ended up getting the mango lemonade and the strawberry lemonade and making it into a margarita. Also at our gathering, one of our really close friends got listed in Philadelphia Magazine as the best emergency plumber. So Maurice did his big one and made sure that we had him a gift when he showed up. Maurice got him some cigars. And he pulled it up on the screen, read the page word for word. We got to clap him up. We got to give him his props individually, went around the table and said how proud of him we are. I just love moments like that. I love curating spaces like that, like full of love, but just like genuineness, authenticity. Like, keep me around people like that. Now, diary, as I said earlier, we were attending the Eagles practice, open practice on this Sunday. And as we were driving up, I was getting nervous because as we were getting off the expressway, I'm seeing the crowds of people. But those crowds of people were there because they hadn't opened the gate yet. So we were pulling up to the parking lot. It was much better this day. When I say much better to park, because we got down there super early. And when we were pulling in, everything was smooth. We got up there, and one of our parents' books, she has a company, Skybox, or not Skybox, box at the Eagles field. And every year for the open practice, she has a lot of the team come out and they get to go down to the field and be close to the players. And even one of the players walked up and like dapped them all up. They were so excited. Like, it's such a great moment for the program because we've done this. This is our second year in a row. And the morale just skyrockets. And not just because of the perk, but we get to see how much love there is for this program. She does it effortlessly. They have pizza and chicken. And like I said, they get to go to the sideline. And it's just like a no-brainer for them and her. Like, for our parents, I mean, like, our parents pour so much into our program. And it's just all love at the end of the day. So I'm just always happy for this day when it comes around. They always have such a great time. Dear diary, I have to stop and ask, where has this summer gone? I feel like in the beginning, June and July, it was just like really sailing, really slowly. August hit and the darn summer is almost over. Not that I have so many more things on my list to do, but at the same time, like, I just feel like, no, this has been such a great summer. I don't want it to end. But nonetheless, it has been amazing and especially good to me and my family. Until next time, diary.